The modern audience got a harsh reality check. Gamers have taken everything from us. Oh boy, can't wait. Chat, I'm gonna take everything away from you if you don't behave yourself. Grrr.
Hey guys, hope you're having a wonderful day today.
Yeah,
and in this video,
can't
we're going to
complain.
have yet another great laugh at the modern audience. Check it out over on Reddit.
Uh-oh.
The post, how to guide young people away from the chud influencers we jerk about. So some quick context here.
Wait, jerk about? Wait, why are you jerking to chud influencers? You shouldn't jerk to that. That's kind of weird.
This is a discussion page for the Gaming
Yeah, I
Circle
hate
Jerk
gooning.
subreddit. If you're not familiar with that subreddit, it's basically just a bunch of like modern audience types who constantly want to defend corporations and incessantly whine about gamers and things like that. Anyways, enough about their slop. Now on to their tiers.
Sloppy
Once
slop.
again, the title, How to Guide Young People Away from the Chud Influencers We Jerk About. The post going on to read, as you may know from my biography, I'm something of a suit emeritus for a renewable energy firm.
If you have to start off your Reddit paragraph, you already lost.
Even though I
Okay.
am nominally retired, the board likes to call me in every once in a while to vet some interviewees in a more personal, holistic way. I'm
Okay,
cordial and
sweetie.
pop culture savvy enough to catch young people off guard. It gets us unscripted responses. Those are the make or break. The higher-ups want to make sure we don't hire someone who looks good on paper, but becomes a problem once they're in the office.
Oh my god. Is this just a fancy word for HR? This is a boomer who thinks they know what they're talking about, but they literally don't.
I've dealt with too much of that in my prime. It never ends well.
My
Which brings me
prime.
to the other day. I was on Zoom call with a promising applicant, a young man,
Okay.
Generation Z, strong STEM credentials, a medical internship of some sort, etc. I don't remember everything. Ever since the shock, my memory isn't what it used to be.
What?
But what concerned me
What
was that the
shock?
boy name dropped Asmongold, as if it were a thing to...
You want to know how I know this didn't happen? Because why the fuck would you name drop an obscure influencer like that in an interview? Why? What the frick, man? What is going on?
be proud of. I'm really at a loss here. You all know full well Asmongold is fundamentally incompatible with a decent person's values.
The only thing incompatible about Asmongold is his stank. If you don't like him, like, don't watch him, man. Hold on, pause. What? What happened? Oh, at 50, Clam Dono, yo, diabolic. Thank you so much. Seeing your video to Johnny Harris, you born lived in Switzerland, I concluded something of that sort because of your knowledge about Switzerland. Yes, I'm pretty sure I talk about it in the video. Yes, I lived there for a little bit, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Getting real 50s in here? Yeah. Yeah, I lived there for like 6 years. Yeah. This person never even watched Asmongold, just listen to their bubble. Again, I don't like someone, I don't make it a habit of... I don't care that much. I don't consume their content constantly. I might have like an opinion or something, but... Yeah, I don't understand the outrage and the anger.
So I'm afraid I may have shown my hand. I said something along the lines of, "Oh, please, not the cockroach man."
Oh my god, man. This did not happen. There's no way. I would have walked out of the room. Legit, I would have walked out of the room. I'd be like, I can't do this interview. You're being insanely unprofessional. Get a grip, brother. What are you doing with your life?
but the applicant seemed genuinely confused.
I'd be confused
What's
too.
wrong with him? How do we stop this sort of thing? I see it
no,
more
we
and more
have to
these days.
stop it.
Part of me wants to encourage the board to vet social media more intensely, but I prefer the personal touch. Is there a way to debunk these young people in real time? So yeah, this is like
What?
peak modern audience corpo stuff.
If you want to debunk someone, do it yourself. Don't go on Reddit asking to like get help. Also, based ahora, haha.
Right here. And I especially love at the end how he's like, is there a way to debunk these young
Debunk
people in real
this.
time? Like, what is that even supposed to mean exactly? Debunk what specifically? It sounds like he just can't stand that there are people who don't follow the modern audience slop stuff that this guy follows.
It's not about even like woke modern audience shit. It's like, why can't you handle someone disagreeing with you? Why are you trying to debate kids at job interviews? The fuck is wrong with you? That's why I'm saying I don't think this actually happened, because if you can report this kind of thing to like the company, be like, bro, what? You're talking about this irrelevant shit in an interview. What?
And he needs to desperately try and find some way to debunk them. And I don't
What are
even
you
really get how
doing?
debunk is the proper word here. Like, the whole thing is a weird thing to say, and it doesn't really make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So my takeaway is that these people are desperate, and they don't even make sense. Anyways, the comedy doesn't end there, because one of the top responses is this, and it reads, I think a big issue is that the narrative that, quote, progressivism is the new mainstream, unquote, has taken strong root, and no young person wants to be seen as not countercultural. So let's pause already, because that's not even a new thing. For plenty of years now, those viewpoints have been shoved onto people from all levels of government to massive corporations, and
The problem is that people weren't allowed to have an opinion. That's why Twitter, like a really great example of people being silenced and not being allowed to speak out or say anything remotely that is considered anti-narrative, was like a bannable offense. And if you said anything like that, you just instantly get banned. You can't say that. You just instantly get banned. Twitter, when they opened up the floodgates, I saw people saying slurs like the N-word, the F-word, like all the time for like that day when they allowed that to happen. And now you can't even report people for saying like actual slurs because it's technically not against the rules, as long as it's not like specifically against other people. You can't say it. You can say it. Yeah, now it's all like that. Exactly. You open up the floodgates and people are making up for lost time.
major multinational asset firms. In other words, it's been the mainstream. So let's continue. They say, this is further reinforced by all of the anti-woke media figures being most popular in alt media spaces like Twitch and YouTube, rather than the traditional cable news/talk show environment. I think pro-equality figures need to become masters of alt media spaces, and also learn how to debate the ideas of anti-wokeness on a substantive level. Yes, the memes about Asmin being greasy are funny, but attacking the person doesn't defeat the ideas they propagate.
Okay, that's actually a reasonable thing to say. All I see on Twitter when people say Asmin sucks is that he stinks and he smells bad, but they never attack his argument. Well, 99% of the time. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, he's a homophobe, and it's like, okay, proof? Where? And then they'll be like, he just is, and it's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for the argument. Appreciate it.
For me, personally, one thing that most moved me away from my conservative upbringing was seeing progressive YouTubers like Cenk Uygur, Hassan Piker, Stephen Bonnell, and Ian Kaczynski debating the likes of Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, and Tim Pool. The left can meme, but they need to learn how to persuasively argue. I also don't know why this person is pretending to care about equality.
Wait, what?
Argue. I also don't know why this person is pretending to care about equality when their line of thinking
People like this that make their identity like looking at people's podcasts and thinking like, yes, I need to be like them, is insane to me. I can't imagine. I don't want to be Asmongold. I'm my own person. I like some of his content, man. I don't agree with everything he fucking says. I need to be like Alana, guys. Please don't be like me.
Constantly pushes equity, not equality. For example, the DEI stuff they constantly propagate and defend. The E stands for, once again, equity, not equality. To be fair, maybe this person doesn't actually agree with the equity thing. We would need them to elaborate on that a little bit more. So I just thought it was funny, but I'm willing to give them benefit of the doubt. Here's a response that actually got minus 24 downvotes, so people there are not happy with this one.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what it says. I understand the concern, but Asmongold's actually a pretty positive influence for a lot of young guys. He's real, honest, and built his platform through hard work, which makes him relatable in a world full of fake persona.
No, he's just a react bitch. All he does is sit on Reddit and react and watch videos and react. That's not hard work. He's just a dumb fuck who says words, and sometimes it sounds good because people are dumb and stupid, unlike me. He just react and say words that people like, and then people say, yes, Asmongold, I agree, and they clap their hands together. Okay. I've met people like that, actually. Not specifically about Asmon, but like about other people that they disagree with.
He talks openly about mental health and burnout, which helps break the stigma around those topics.
Sure.
Plus, he encourages thinking for yourself and isn't afraid to call out toxic behavior in gaming spaces or his own chat. People look up to him because he's authentic, not because he promotes harmful ideas. Might be worth asking why this person admires him before jumping to conclusions. There could be a number of reasons for this boy. Not all are bad. And the most upvoted response to that response is this one that says, nah, he's a chud, and any benefit he theoretically is doing by...
Nah! He's a chud! People are kind of mind blown by the fact that Asmon has said in the past that he voted for Bernie, but apparently he's a chud. Yeah, the hell's a chud? I learned this like a month or two ago. I forget when, but like recently. I thought chud was an endearing term used for like people that have conservative points of view in some regards to certain topics, but it is an unironic insult used by people that don't have an actual argument against things they disagree with, and it's supposed to be an insult for like people that have certain opinions. Yeah, soy, but for conservatives. Like, I don't say soy unless it's like ironic. Like, I've said it in the past. I know I have. But it's almost always ironic. I don't say, like, X is soy because they think like this. I've never said that. Yeah, it's just, it's not really an argument.
Talking about mental health is directly counteracted by him being an awful, disgusting human being who believes other human beings are lesser for trying to actually be authentically themselves. The only thing he's authentic about him is that, wait, what? The only thing he's authentic about him is that his outside 100% reflects what's inside.
What?
They would get a response that also got minus 10 downvotes saying, I find some of his gaming takes is questionable, but Zach never deserved reputation he has in certain circles. He's a very simple and poorly educated guy, but I don't find him evil. Most of his views are even quite progressive.
Poorly educated guy. It's... Again, I wouldn't say that about most people that are capable of talking in front of a public audience, in front of thousands of people, to say that he's poorly educated. Maybe on certain topics, but like overall, I don't think he's poorly educated. Yeah, I don't understand that. Didn't he go to law school dropout though? I thought he went to a what's it called? Like a local college, and then he dropped out? I don't remember. And then he worked at the IRS. But anyway, you also don't need to be like highly educated to be smart. I absolutely disagree with that notion. I've met some really smart people that don't have like an education on paper. They're just smart. They do exist. Like, yes, it helps if you have a piece of paper that says that you're not fucking stupid as fuck, but like it's not necessarily true. I've also met highly educated people that went... I've met people that are old boomers that like talk to my family before in the past, and I thought they were like, wait, you went to school at this university, like a prestigious one? And they'll say, yeah, I went to this, and they say something so dumb, and I'm like, oh, really? They let people like you in? Okay, I guess you paid a lot of money for that piece of paper.
There are much worse influencers like Tate or Elon. There are much worse influencers like Tate or Elon, excuse me. Response there says, he has control over his sub, channels, and editors. If he really wanted to push the progressive stuff, he would. But he allows the dumb and gamer stuff to propagate and be his main narrative.
He allows the dumb and the gamer stuff to propagate and be his main narratives. What the hell is quote-unquote gamer stuff? Talking about video games? What?
I don't think he's as bad as Tate or Elon, but he doesn't do a lot to beat the allegations.
What allegations? Like, I'll agree, like, Tate is, like, actually getting prosecuted in court, but what are we smoking? What allegations? The guy doesn't go outside or talk to women. What?
So the allegations here are that he doesn't pander to modern audience type rhetoric. Okay. And finally, we'll take a look at this exchange where the OP is also responding. So, thought this one was rather interesting. The first comment here reads, what exactly are you trying to debunk? Asmongold is simple-minded, but he is not exactly dangerous or ambitious. Maybe it's time to retire for good. You can spend more time on not getting invited to anything.
I mean, yeah, semi-reasonable take, sure, yeah. Why do you care so deeply about a person that doesn't affect your life?
Which the OP says, he may not be consciously dangerous. I've not watched him. I only know him by reputation through the circle jerk side of this community.
Is this circle jerk gaming? Is this that Reddit that fucking hates me and like a bunch of other people? They hate Leaflet now too. Yeah, there's another VTuber called Leaflet and they've been shitting on her recently as well. Yeah, for like having an opinion and like watching videos. Yeah, like what is wrong with you? Like, just don't. I will never understand the hating something that like you can just stop consuming. Like, I'd understand if you hate McDonald's like a lot and you want them to like stop existing if you lived next to a McDonald's and it was ruining your life. But ultimately, McDonald's doesn't affect you. Like, if you live in a suburb or in a house and you don't have to buy McDonald's or like smell it every day. Like, what?
But oh gosh, I was gonna pause and comment on this after. I don't think I can make it, bro. We gotta comment on this really quick. So this self-proclaimed
insane take,
this corpo dude is seriously taking a circle jerk subreddit's opinion on someone and running with that unironically as if it's just like objective fact. Like, oh, I haven't watched him myself. I haven't actually made my own opinion on him based off what I've seen. No, but the circle jerk people said that he's a terrible person, so clearly they're right. Clearly that
I've watched Hasan and Destiny. I don't agree with them, and I think some of their takes are absolutely insane, but I've consumed the content for myself, so I can form an opinion. I've seen it myself. I'll be like, oh, damn, they really said that? That's kind of fucking dumb. Do these people not have critical thinking? Actually, never mind. Don't answer that question. I've met people like that before in my life that I'm like, how do you get up in the morning?
Person's got to be terrible.
Yeah.
How do we debunk him? And how do we debunk people like him? It's shocking that this dude doesn't see how terrible the take that is. Please get some self-awareness. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me try getting through this comment again now without the pause. My apologies. He may not be consciously dangerous. I have not watched him. I only know him by reputation through the circle jerk side of this community, but he often associates with those who are. Why such a flippant and rude reply? Be a nicer human, please. There is enough vitriol in today's world. Says the person who takes character assassination posts on one of the most toxic subreddits out there as objective fact. And lastly, the other person says, I'll get right to work on being a pompous, self-appointed, nicer human. I don't see much of a difference between these associates of Asmongold and the circle jerker.
Associates of Asmongold? What? Associate how? Like, are they friends? Like, what are we talking about here? What, they breathed in the same, like, room kind of deal, or what?
And that's the end of it. The OP never responded in that chain once again, so we'll leave it there. You know, I probably should have made a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that you might lose some like brain cells from reading this stuff, but I guess it's a little late now. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the coverage.
I did not. That was
funny,
terrible.
Kind of also like pathetic, but
it reminds me of reading that gaming circle jerk Excalibur, whatever, Umbra dude, and him schizoing out about me and like calling me like a racist Nazi right winger.
Funny. If you like what I had to say and you like the coverage and all that, please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel as well. Appreciate your support, and let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, people like that will say stuff like, well, if Alana wasn't so racist and Nazi and right-wing, maybe people would associate with her and collaborate with her. If she just said the right thing, she would probably start being friends with all of the other VTubers. And I'm like, I mean, you don't have to associate with other people if you don't want to or have to. Like, it's just not part of my content. I collabed with Chacha, it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Chud Lana cancel notice.